Benjamin Moore just announced their 2026 color of the year, and it is Silhouette AF-655. And I'll be honest, my initial reaction was kind of like this. I looked at it and I thought, that's nice, but does it feel fresh? Does it feel like 2026? The future of design. But the thing is, the more I looked into it, and especially after seeing the full accompanying palette that came with it, I started to get it. There's actually a lot going on here. So let's talk about it, because Benjamin Moore didn't just release the one color of the year, there's actually 8 colors as part of their color trends, with Silhouette being the pinnacle color of the year. And I do have some thoughts. Some colors I love, some I would repaint immediately. Yeah, but before I dive into each one, quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Samplize. You know, the company that makes the genius peel and stick paint samples that are made with real paint, not printed ink, which means what you see is what you actually get. No weird color shifts, no surprises when it dries, and compared to a traditional paint sample on the wall, you can actually move these around from wall to wall. I recently used them in my own home, painting an accent wall in my living room, and I was able to move it from one end to the other to really see how the color would play on either side. Also, the delivery is super fast too. I'm pretty sure mine were shipped overnight, which is pretty crazy. So if you're choosing between a few colors from this 2026 Benjamin Moore palette, for example, Samplize is the easiest way to see what's going to work in your lighting before you commit to a whole gallon of paint. And even if you weren't too fussed with the Benjamin Moore colors I'm talking about today, they also offer colors from other paint companies like Sherwin-Williams and even Farrow & Ball. Use my link below, you'll get them fast. They'll save you from at least one "why does this look green now" meltdown, and it really supports the channel. All right, let's get into these colors. So the star of the show, Silhouette AF-655, the actual color of the year. Let's start here. It's this dark, mysterious brownish gray with this subtle purple undertone. It's kind of like that color that feels like it should smell like old books and whiskey, you know? And I think that's what they were going for. In the video that I watched, there was a lot of leather, a lot of fashion being shown. There's something really rich and layered about this color, almost leathery. And Benjamin Moore calls it a color of depth and drama, which sounds like how you describe an X. Silhouette definitely isn't your everyday wall color, not by a long shot. I find it's best used in rooms where you want coziness and contrast. Think dining rooms, offices, or bedrooms. And I think I like it most when it's paired with lighter tones or natural textures like linen and marble and oak. It's kind of a statement color for people who don't want to scream statement color. Because of the fact that it's not super vibrant, it's still technically on the neutral side of things because of its very shaded appearance. My only gripe? It's the color of the year, but I'm not convinced many people will actually use it. It's beautiful, but it's not exactly approachable because of how dark it is. You have to commit to the moodiness. So if you don't like a moody vibe, if you like more airy colors, you're kind of SOL, as they say. But I have been a fan of this color for quite a while now. It's kind of like an espresso meets aubergine, which I really do enjoy. Now moving through the rest of the collection, you'll notice Benjamin Moore kind of split this palette in half. 4 lighter tones that feel fresh and soft, and then 4 richer, darker ones that feel grounded and earthy. It's like they're giving us both sides of the personality spectrum. I love spring versus I brood in velvet armchairs. Let's start with the lighter half. Raindance 1572. Now this one's kind of a cool, breezy aqua blue. It's clean, calm, and instantly makes you think of a spa or a coastal bathroom. I've been seeing colors like this forever, and while it's pretty, it's not exactly pushing boundaries. If Benjamin Moore wanted a versatile, cool color, this fits the bill, but I'd be lying if I said it surprised me. It's like the dependable friend you always invite to dinner, even though they've told the same story since 2017. Kind of like my mom, actually. Then we have First Crush from the Color Stories palette, CSP 310, and this is where things start to get interesting for me. This one's a very soft, peachy, dusty beige, and it's kind of romantic, but it's not sugary sweet. It's mature, it's calm, but it's not boring. It's a lovely take on neutral that I really do enjoy. And I love that Benjamin Moore is giving us something that feels safe and dependable, but a little bit different and a little more nuanced than everything else we've seen in the light, neutral, warm category. And I could see this working beautifully in bedrooms, living rooms, hallways, kitchens even, and especially when you pair them with deeper tones like Silhouette. It's a great bridge color that's stylish without trying too hard. Next up, we have Swiss Coffee OC45, one of Benjamin Moore's most talked about whites, especially on this channel. It's fine. It's a warm off-white, but to me, it's always leaned a bit yellow, which can either make your space feel warm and cozy or slightly like someone left the lights on and it's just obnoxious. I think it's lovely especially for walls in more traditional or even transitional homes, but I don't love it on trim and ceilings. It can make your whites clash. It's definitely not a clean white, so it's not the do-it-all neutral it's often advertised as. Personally, I prefer it in rooms that get a lot of natural light, so the warmth in Swiss coffee can actually balance things out really, really nicely. And then there's Batik AF-610. Let's just call it what it is. It's pink. And you know what? I actually don't hate that. I just wish people would use it outside of nurseries or powder rooms. It's the kind of color that looks stunning in like a home office that's really trendy, or as cabinetry in a modern kitchen if you paired it with the right marble or hardware. Most people won't take that risk, which is a shame. So sadly, it's probably going to get used even less than silhouette. Speaking of which, let's move into the darker half, the moodier, more grounded tones. Narragansett Green HC-157. Incredible. This color I love. I've talked about it in recent videos. It's deep, bold, and full of character. It's one of those colors that feels timeless and trend forward all at once. It's got this ocean depth, that rich saturation, but still feels sophisticated enough for cabinets and walls and exteriors. It's moody, but not gloomy. Easily one of the strongest picks in the entire palette. Then we've got Southwest Pottery 048. And at first glance, I thought, random terracotta, that's cool. But the more I sat with it, the more I started to appreciate it. It brings in some earthy warmth. It has that sun-baked look that's actually soft enough to live with. It's not that loud Tuscan kitchen terracotta from the early 2000s. It's a little more refined and balanced, and actually pretty chic. Great accent color for someone who wants warmth without fiery red, but it's still kind of random. Sherwood Tan 1054 is next. My first thought was, this one's totally boring. Like, what? But in context, it kind of makes perfect sense to me. It's got that golden leathery undertone that works beautifully with silhouette, like they were designed to live together in the same study. It's rich without being heavy, and it adds that grounded warmth that gives balance to the palette. You could almost imagine an entire living room in Sherwood Tan with silhouette trim, and I think it might look really cool if you're into leather. All right, so now that we've covered them all, here's how I'd rank them personally. Number one's got to be Narragansett Green. Crazy name, but amazing color. Just a total powerhouse. Timeless, dramatic, and versatile. Number two would be First Crush. Soft, elegant, modern. Just a really solid choice for a neutral. Number three would be the color of the year, Silhouette. Bold and luxurious, but not for the faint of heart. Number four, surprisingly, Swiss Coffee, mainly because of its dependability, but it's also risky in the wrong light. Next would be Sherwood Tan, subtle sophistication, a perfect grounding tone. Number six, Raindance, fresh and pretty, but a little too expected. Southwest Pottery, surprisingly refined for a terracotta, but still very situational. And then number eight, Batik, beautiful, but way too pigeonholed. No one's gonna use it. The 2026 Color Trends palette, it's not flashy, it's not reinventing the wheel, but it's grounded. It feels mature to me, and I think that's exactly what people need right now. After years of safe neutrals, then years of bold, dopamine-infused colors, this feels like Benjamin Moore saying, take a breath, find your middle ground. They're embracing color and personality again with a touch of warmth, but in a very livable way. There's color here, but it's grown-up color. Anyway, that's my take. I want to know what you think. Do you love the pick, or were you expecting something else? Let me know down below. Save yourself the pain of repainting an entire wall when silhouette turns out a little more purple than you thought. And trust me, that happens. So, Editor James here, just going through the footage, and I noticed that I had a big speck of paint on my face. That's what I get for filming a video right in the middle of painting my living room. Looks cool though.